Welcome to this tutorial on the ODEX indicator in ODYSSEE. I am Zineb Raji, and in this video, we will briefly explain what ODEX is, why it is useful, and how it helps measure energy efficiency progress across sectors and final consumers. The tutorial is based on the ODYSSEE database and focuses on how detailed energy consumption indicators are combined into one synthetic energy efficiency index. So the ODYSSEE database provides a large set of indicators of specific energy consumption by country expressed in physical units. These indicators are available at a detailed level by subsector in industry and services, for example, by end use or appliance in households, and by transport mode or vehicle type in transport. For example, if we look at industry, what you see on screen, we have a specific consumption of steel that is here expressed in ton of oil equivalent per ton of steel or ton of cement that you can also see here. We can also have specific consumption expressed by kilowatt hour per employee or per square meter. If we look at the services sector, you can see here the total consumption per employee or electricity consumption per employee. So all of these indicators are used to assess energy efficiency progress at a detailed level, because energy efficiency cannot always be measured in the same way across all sectors and end uses, as you could see in the examples that we've just shown. If we now look at the example of the household sector, for different end users, may it be heating, water heating, appliances, or lighting, the energy efficiency is going to be measured with different units and with different rates of progress. That raises an important question. How can we assess the overall energy efficiency at sector level with all of these different ways we measure at the subsector level? And this is where ODEX comes in. So the ODEX allows us to combine several end-use indicators into one single trend for the whole sector. Now we're going to look at how ODEX is calculated. So if you look here, you will find a link to the detailed methodology of the ODEX. So the ODEX is calculated in two main steps. So first, trends in specific energy consumption are expressed as an index of variation for each end use or subsector. So the specific consumption examples that we saw in the previous pages are expressed as an index starting from a base year. Then a weighted average index is calculated for the sector using the share of each end use or subsector in the sector's energy consumption. So with this approach, it becomes possible to combine indicators that are expressed in different physical units, as we saw earlier, while keeping each indicator as close as possible to the relevant definition of energy efficiency. So if we go back to the households example that we were looking at earlier, that means that we can include indicators that are expressed in kilowatt hour per appliance, in ton equivalent of oil equivalent per square meter for heating or cooling, in total per capita for water heating, while keeping a harmony in the combined index, which is the ODEX. So ODEX can also be calculated for final consumers as a whole. In this case, the overall energy efficiency progress is evaluated as a weighted average of sectoral ODEX values for industry, transport, households, and services. So using each sector's share in final energy consumption, we calculate this overall ODEX that allows us to evaluate energy efficiency at economy level, at the overall level. And that's what you can see on screen here. We have the energy efficiency index for the four sectors that we talked about: industry, transport, household, and services. And then we have the total energy efficiency progress that is shown. In case you have any questions about the ODEX or any other indicators that are calculated within ODYSSEE, you can reach out to us at this address that you can see on screen, info@ODYSSEE-MURE.eu.